Doing a real quick video here. I'm going to show how to get water pump taken off of this old Evinrude engine. And then I also noticed when I took the water pump off that I'm having some water leaking into my lower unit down into the gear casing, so I'm going to show that as well. Just kind of like a quick how-to. It's not really hard. This is the water pump housing, and I've already disassembled it, really taken it apart, but I put it back on there to show. It's got 2 bolts here, 2 bolts on the other side. It'll have like a little seal, a little rubber grommet right there. Slides down over the top, fits on there, and you just pull that off. Once you get those unbolted, just pull the housing off. This is the inside of the housing. I've already cleaned it all out, but there'll be an impeller in there, just like this, rubber impeller. And then the most important thing you don't want to lose is there's a little chalk. Let's see if I can find it. I put it in this bag so I don't lose it. Here it is. There's a little plastic chalk, and that fits right into a little notch here, just like that. And then when your impeller goes over, that's pretty much what holds it and stops it in place. So definitely don't want to lose these. I'm sure you can go get another one if you do, but just try to keep it. Like I said, I've already cleaned this out, and I've already cleaned this plate somewhat. You can just take this plate off. This will get you to your lower, there you go, to your lower unit's gear oil box. But there's a seal. There's like a little fabric seal here, and I'm gonna go ahead and clean this all off. Make sure you clean this real good. This is what seals up this unit and this plate right here. And this is where it draws in the water. You can see where the impeller spins. It's like a little circle here that's kind of rubbed itself in. Now this is a little bit tricky. I've already pretty much disassembled this as well, but I'm going to kind of show real quick how that would go. With the seal puller, this is the top seal. It kind of fits over top. There's like it's a little metal band, spring band that sits on this and holds it tight. So you pull that off, and then with a seal puller or something, kind of get down in there, work it down, and see if you pop it up, and then get this off. But even if you can't get this off, you can take the whole unit out with this on there. And how I did that was you just get like some sort of punch. You just kind of hit it with a hammer, kind of at an angle, and that'll kind of spin it and get it loose. And once you get it loose, you just kind of get your screwdrivers in there underneath on both sides of it. It's kind of like this, and then you just kind of work it, and it should pop and pry it up. It takes a little bit of work, but you should be able to get it. And the reason why it takes so much work is because this is what it is. There's a rubber seal right in here, which I've already taken out and kind of cleaned. But this is the seal that went bad, that was letting water get down into this oil track and get into all these little bearings. I don't know if you can see them, but there's a whole bunch of bearings. It's just like it's like the bearings on a hub bearings, wheel bearings. It's all the same. But if your lower unit oil isn't clear and it's kind of milky, kind of looks like a milkshake, this right here could be the problem. You could be getting water like I did. I had this seal was bad, getting water into your lower unit. Or if it's not there, then it could be down here. There's another seal in here, which I'll get to and check, which that's a little bit more of a pain to take out behind your spline right there for your boat motor. But mainly with the water pump, that's what this was for, to show disassembly of the water pump. That's a pretty easy job. Get these bolts, housing comes off, you can pull that grommet off, housing comes off, it's a solid unit, and then you have your plate here, you just pull your plate off. Pretty much that's it. Just clean your plate and the assembly is just the same. One note is get some Dawn dish soap, because this one has been used. It's pretty old. You can see the edges on it are kind of worn down and it's kind of misshapen, but when these things come new, they're stiff, they're straight. So I usually take Dawn dish soap, put a little Dawn dish soap on the rudders, and once you put it in there with the spline, you just kind of twist your drive shaft in the clockwise position, and that'll just kind of spin this, allow your pump housing to go back on. But that video I'll show here in a little bit after I get parts for this and get it all cleaned up. But that's pretty much disassembly, pump housing for your water pump, plate guard, and then your upper lower unit seal, which is right there underneath it. Alright, y'all have a good one.